Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 130 of Perpetual Backlog. It may not feel like episode 130 since we put out a bunch of shit over the past 2 weeks due to good old summer of gaming. But I'm Aqua, your host, and joining me, like always, is Dollet.
This was a good couple of days.
Leak is just forever gone. Sorry, guys. Our work is very, very important and expends throughout the whole week. So
Know that she has been very excited about this week as well, though.
yeah. That being said, we're here to talk about video games, and
Yeah, we are.
I am hot off the Capcom showcase. Dalit is hot off actually finishing the Final Fantasy 16 story portion of the demo that was released. It is that demo is fucking amazing. That game needed to be out yesterday.
Oh, 10 days. Less
10
than
days.
that, no.
9 days
Whatever.
now. 9 days now.
Too many days. Too many days.
Too many days. But we're not going to sit here and talk about that because Dalit's only done the story and he can only talk about a very specific portion of the game where you didn't have many abilities, while I've done the entire demo, which I was able to get into a multitude of abilities in there. And I don't want to talk about the story because one, the story hurts me, and two, spoilers.
Yeah, actually, genuinely.
That being said, other games I have played this week, and not surprisingly, it was a lot. I am forever stuck in Honkai Star Rail.
Correct.
I destroyed that event today, by the way.
I actually do need to go back to it. I only logged on enough to blow my TP so it wouldn't cap. I need to actually do the event.
It unlocks all the way to the end today. So
well, let's go.
You
it's about time.
can finish it today. I did it. I have almost 10,000 Stellar Jade now.
Hey.
So that's amazing. Saving up for Kafka or whatever. Honkai Star Rail's always been fun as a daily login. I picked up Honkai Impact 3rd over the past week, couple weeks.
It's been a thing.
I've been logging into that daily just to do the story. That story is actually amazing. Maybe one day I should. One day I will learn up on the story of Genshin Impact and see how it is compared to the other two games at the moment. Because at the moment, my opinions on Genshin Impact story is that holy shit, how did they fuck up this game? Because
it's sandwiched between two games you actually like.
Yeah, it's sandwiched between two games that actually feel like they have a semblance of writing in them. And the only great part about Genshin that I've played was Inazuma, and I mean, lo and behold, they got the Japanese portion of the game correct. What else did I play? I played the last P demo, at least all the way up past the first boss. It extended past that, which was weird. That game, as Dalit would also say, is definitely Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I have not had a chance to sit down fully with it yet, but I have at least turned it on and played around with it, and oh boy, that immediately felt like Bloodborne.
It's not as polished. I can go ahead and say that.
That's fair. That's understandable. Yeah.
I've played at least half of Bloodborne, so I at least know what the dodge timings feel like. And let me tell you what, they are not as gracious in Lies of P. There are a few things that they added into this game, which I'm not exactly 100% on. But I really won't. The main issue is I don't like the whole grinding to sharpen your weapon or whatever. I think
Fair.
your weapon meter goes down way too fast.
Yeah, durability. Look, durability is always going to be a sticking point for gamers. We don't like it. But I mean, hey, at least it's not just 3 hits and it disappears, eh?
Yeah, true. Your weapon can fully break, and you would need. And I don't know how to fix it because it happened It happened when I was playing the game past the boss point, and I died because of it. Because holy shit, you do no damage when your weapon breaks. Like literally, almost like it is the chippiest of chip damage.
Not great, not ideal.
Mm-hmm. And
Though I can't wait for
I
all
don't know
the
how you fix
challenge
it.
runners to run through with beat game with broken starting weapon.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it feels pretty fun. I mean, for people that don't know what Lies of P is, it's a Bloodborne-esque type game, with a weird story of Pinocchio. So that's what the P in Lies of P is referring to. It's referring to Pinocchio because Geppetto and the Blue Fairy and
I should point
Gemini is
out.
in it.
I should point out the Blue Fairy already has so much of a presence on Twitter. Holy crap!
Yeah. Hornies beware.
I wasn't expecting it. I was like, really? Okay, cool. That's a thing that's happening on my timeline now.
Yeah. I don't know why I did it one night, but I bought Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, jeez, did you?
Yeah, and I've been playing a little bit of that. Game's pretty fun. I mean, it's pretty. And the driving feels good in it. So, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing in the game, other than I guess just keep doing races over and over and over again to get more cars, I guess. But it's a game that I can just pick up when I'm like bored and don't really have anything else to do.
I mean, fair enough.
Did I play anything else? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, that's me for this week.
Oof. I played less. I also went through the Lies of P demo for a bit. I have not gotten quite as far. I plan to go through it though. Like I said, it feels like Bloodborne, but perhaps not as refined, which I don't think comes as a surprise to anyone. I have been playing Honkai Star Rail. I am not finished with the event. I need to finish that up. And Punishing Grey Raven because I had to prep myself for 16. And let me tell you, that did not help. That hurt so much. Oh man, those control schemes are not the same. Those control schemes are not the same at all.
I feel like me playing Impact Third helped me a lot more because while the controls are not exactly the same, how you play it is pretty much exactly the same. Dodge.
I mean, and it's true for PGR as well. But oh boy, let me tell you, I still have some habits where I just want to go and attack, and I dodge directly into them and just sit there and go, all right. Other than that, actual games played, like I played through the 16 demo, and honestly, my brain just doesn't have anything else in it other than that right now. I don't know what else I played.
You played Borderlands.
I did play Borderlands. This is true. This is absolutely true.
Without me, every fucking time too. He was like, "Hey, Aqua, I'm hopping on Borderlands. You want to hop on Borderlands?"
Oh, look, look, listen. You're absolutely right. Just in call, just brain turn off. Must press buttons.
Like, hey, Tyler, what are you doing? Playing Borderlands 3? Oh, without me. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah. Would you look at that? Shout out to someone still enjoying everything that Flex says. Literally everything. It's great.
It's weird because
and yeah, I mean,
the writing for that game shit.
Not for Flag.
Yeah, apparently not for Flag.
For every character that talks to the main character, it's not great. But the player characters are okay. I mean, Amara wasn't bad. Flack is amazing. I assume Mose and the other guy are also good.
Just story.
But oh god, whenever, especially when the baddies speak, when the baddies and what's her name, the little siren go.
Oh, Mara. No,
no.
It's Ava. I think it's Ava.
Yeah, when any of those three speak, I literally just want to plug up my ears. It's the worst inane bullshit. But you know what? Gameplay's good, so turn off ears, turn up music,
Mm-hmm.
pull trigger.
Yep.
And that is all I remember doing. This week is mostly a blur of just so many video games. So many video games. We should talk about them.
Yeah. Good. So pretty much this episode is just us going to be talking about our standouts for this week. Everybody knows what happened this past week. We had Summer Game Fest. We had the Xbox conference. We had we had the E3 shindig. All right, without E3 because E3 doesn't exist anymore. But what is your overall like grade for this like showing?
What, just for this year in general?
Yeah, for this E3 season.
It's complicated, right? Because the standouts were really good, and we'll talk about them in a bit. Like 16 had a great show with Max, Alana, and
Alex.
Alex. Like that was fantastic, and seeing everyone that we're familiar with. The Final Fantasy VII stuff was amazing, despite literally just being a trailer. Oh my god! But in general, I think the shows didn't have much to give to us because either we already know what to expect for the rest of the year, or it's already come out.
I think the biggest thing to come out of these showcases was realizing that everything's coming out in October.
There's the back half of this year. I mean, this whole year in general, but the back half of this year is loaded.
Extremely loaded. Like everything from from September 20th all the way to the end of October is like jam packed full of games that like while not like everybody wants to play every single game, there's literally a game for everybody coming out in between that time frame.
It genuinely does feel like these companies just forgot that we are going to make it to 2024.
We're not gonna make it 2024.
We have a whole nother year, and I mean, there's some stuff coming out next year, but man, 2023 was packed.
Yeah. So I guess going as far back as like the PlayStation conference, I think the only big thing we can really even talk about there was Spider-Man. They showed Spider-Man gameplay.
Yeah, PlayStation, like, despite having a bunch of really good games, right, announced, there was a lot of no dates and a lot of no gameplay, or just showing off things we already knew about, a la Destiny and Street Fighter.
Well, I mean, the only first party game that they had there was Spider-Man.
I mean, technically Marathon, because Bungie is owned by Sony.
well, so first party game that isn't a live service game.
Sure, yeah, and that's a completely different thing. They had what, like 7 live service games?
They showed off like 7 live service games. There's supposed to be 12 live service games, but they only showed like 7 of them.
Oh my god, to know that there's going to be more, that they're all going to be competing with each other, cannibalizing each other's time is real interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting. I mean, out of that entire showcase, obviously, actually, there's 2 games in that entire showcase that. All right, I'm thinking about it again. 3 games in that entire showcase.
At least the number's going up. At least we're not taking away.
That I know I'm going to like 100% like play. Obviously, Spider-Man. I mean,
right. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing, and we knew it would.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is gonna be great.
Like, we have nothing but faith in Insomniac at this point.
Just because the the character of Alex Casey showing up in Alan Wake 2 kind of cinches the deal that I might not play Alan Wake 2 on like exactly on launch or whatever, just because of considering that week that game comes out. I will be definitely playing Alan Wake 2. I need to know I need to know the connection to Max Payne or whatever.
No, like legit. I respect that.
I need to know because Remedy's working on the Max Payne remakes. They're gonna fit into the Alan Wake Control universe. I mean, obviously with literally the Alec Casey character, there.
Like literally having given his face to another character, it feels like maybe it's not another character.
I mean, when he in the Summer Games Fest or whatever, he was like, Alex Casey looks around.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was brilliant.
Like literally, it was like, oh, come on, man, that's 100% Max Payne. So yeah, I need to know that. What was the other one? I mean, I guess. Okay, so I'm a sucker. And I'm definitely playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. Cause
1,000%. I agree with you. Like I literally have
old school Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I have Mirage on my list 3 times because every time they showed it, I just got more excited.
And man, you know what? I guess PlayStation had a little bit more than I remembered. I'm probably trying out Marathon, because I gotta know, or whatever. I am a Halo fan.
Fair. Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
Yeah, Marathon. I mean, I gotta know. I gotta try it.
I mean, I can't blame you. Like, I assume this is going to be a, free-to-play type of thing with a bunch of microtransactions, so even I will give it a go, but I didn't get much from the teaser.
Yeah, but it's an extraction shooter, so if it's going to be anything like Tarkov or whatever, I mean, as we know, we liked playing Dark and Darker. So
I mean, yes, like the extraction game type certainly is something.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I've never played Tarkov.
I've never played Tarkov either, but I've watched friends play Tarkov, and it seems pretty fun.
All right, we'll see.
But I mean, it's gonna be Destiny Tarkov, I guess. I mean, it's Bungie making it, so maybe. I mean, who knows?
For all my gripes with Bungie, its gunplay is pretty good.
Yeah, and I guess the last thing from the fucking Sony showcase is Metal Gear.
Everyone can be as goddamn skeptical as they want. I understand. I'm still excited, and I'm going to buy it, and if it bites me, and I'll learn my lesson then. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm at least excited for the ports. I'm at least excited for the ports.
Yes, it's going to be nice to see a lot of those games off the PS3. And sure, there were versions of it before, but the whole purpose was to have a collection, and that collection was immediately made redundant after the life cycle of the PS3.
Yeah. Also, if Foam Stars is free, I'm playing Foam Stars.
So that was the other one. That was the one that I was going to bring up. Like, I have to know, can Square Enix make a decent Splatoon-like?
Hopefully. Maybe.
People who want to play Splatoon not have to buy a Nintendo? Okay.
I did come across those the fucking Foam Stars Twitter, and they were like, remember, if you're on the enemy suds, you go slower. So you're on the enemy suds, you're slower than what you would be if you're on your own sud. So,
checks out, makes sense.
Yeah. But that, I mean, honestly, that's the PlayStation Showcase. It wasn't amazing, but it was like there were at least there was stuff for me there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be super excited over Metal Gear. Of course, we're all super excited over Spider-Man. I actually want to give I almost said Ghostwire Tokyo. No. Ghost Runner a look at, because like the first one was really cool. I love the aesthetic, parkour. So long as like the action is decent, which it was the first one, this should be great. Also, he wrote He rode a motorcycle down a building. I'm here
Yeah,
for
true.
this.
Yeah, fair. Fair,
Other than that,
fair.
mostly agree. It wasn't the strongest outing, but I mean, when you have to live up to last year's outing, what are you gonna do?
As that brings us to the show that was supposed to be the big show, Summer Game Fest.
Correct.
Let me tell you what. I don't. There's like one game here. There was like one. Well, okay. The Mortal Kombat 1 looked really good, but I'm also not a fighter, and I'm only interested in Mortal Kombat 1 for the story.
Sure,
So.
sure. No, like understandable. It's like it's hard to talk about this, right? Because Keeley puts on a good show. The show in and of itself as a show is very good. But yeah, I think there were three there that piqued my interest, and two of them are gimmies. So, like I am interested in Mortal Kombat. I think that looks. I don't know how it manages to keep looking better, because I always think, oh, you finally nailed it, good. And now it's like, oh no, they didn't nail it. Now they nailed it. I'll be interested to see what they do story wise. That gameplay wise, I'm not worried. Like people like Mortal Kombat, it's not going to change in any significant way for most people, and I'm not worried about people who play professionally. They'll find a way to play.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it looks great. I wish. I wish that at the show that it was initially shown off for, we got to see even more. But Keeley came through with some gameplay, so that's all I asked for. Aside from that, for me, I mean, there was PoE, which I mean, I'm not the biggest ARG person. Like, I didn't buy Diablo 4 despite playing in the betas, but PoE is free, and I'm kind of about that. And it looks visually on par with Diablo 4. Now, I know a lot of people. I know at least one person has some feelings on it, but I've heard people speak at length about, yeah, it looks great and they're interested, but Path of Exile might also not be it. We'll find out more July 28th when they give a real announcement and not just two separate teaser trailers.
Mm-hmm. Um. What else? I mean, we're excited for the Twisted Metal Peacock show, right?
So, yes, but probably for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I I'm ready to see how much of a trash fire it is.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, I'm not going into this with any expectations. Bar is firmly on the ground. If you step over it, you did good.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I lied. How can I forget about Pal World, man? How can I forget about Pokemon, but with guns?
All right, Pal World guys, you've talked to us before. Talk to us again. What's? You're serious, huh? All right. Well,
I wonder how long it takes for the the Pokemon company to issue a cease and desist with this
well,
with this game.
it's been available, not available, but we've seen works in progress for a while now. Surely, if they could do anything, the Pokemon Company would have. This game is gonna ship, and I'm gonna play it at some point
Oh yeah,
because I have to know.
yeah.
Like the morbid curiosity is so strong about what this game actually is. And they've had at least two very good trailers that literally show you what the game is, and I still don't believe you.
um. Yeah. It looks like this game's gonna scratch an itch that I didn't even know I had. So
Honestly, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I get to have a M16. I get to shoot Pokemon. I didn't know I wanted to do that, but now I do.
Nailed the art style and did in fact give them guns.
Uh, as a Yakuza fan, not a diehard fan, but a Yakuza fan, like Dragon Gaiden did look interesting. I mean, this looked like a badass story about Kiryu. Literally literally titled "The Man Who Erased His Name." So,
he was doing cool shit, which is what Kiryu is known for. So
mhm.
I can't say much. I actually don't play a lot of the Yakuza games, or honestly any of them. But I enjoy watching people play. The amount of speed runs I've seen of these games. So I'm always down for a new one. And I know this
Yeah.
is like one of those. This is one of the games that, like, everyone just is super pumped about. So like definitely get hype, I guess, because you're getting not one but two. We'll get to the second one later.
Yeah. They showed off Alan Wake trailer or gameplay, which was great.
Yeah.
Looked great.
I don't think it's really mind blowing. It's about what we would expect from
Yeah.
gameplay. It
Mhm.
does, however, look amazing.
Something I might pick up, just because I've played a few of the older ones. Sonic Superstars look pretty cool.
That
It
game was not
was.
what I expected.
It's also like multiplayer, so
Yeah,
four player
this is
co-op.
this is not a bad thing, but it was certainly
Yeah,
not what I expected.
yeah.
Like, even when I saw it, I was like, nah, they're probably like buddies you bring along and you get to use one of their abilities, and then there were four of them on screen doing different things. So yeah, they very clearly, this is a party game after a fashion.
Um, one of the last things, or one of the first thing they actually showed off was the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which nobody
I
expected
like
coming out.
this. Oh God,
Yeah.
no! They're working on like the remake of the Sands of Time. No one expected
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
And now you have the Metroidvania, like the original idea, not look, but idea of Prince of Persia with a new character,
Mm-hmm.
and the gameplay looks solid. I mean, it's a Metroidvania, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks super competent until I get a feel for it and see how much like delay, like how iffy the movement is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for now, it looks great. I'm kind of excited, just a little bit. It seems that Ubisoft has a couple of games that are worth thinking about.
Yeah. And then for some reason, Insomniac decided to waste some time and talk very shortly about Spider-Man 2 and show us some concept art and was like, hey, here's the release date.
I
Like,
don't know, because this is going to be a recurring thing. Maybe this is a bad take. Maybe we should allow the devs plenty of time to speak about the game they've worked on. I don't care. I don't. Just show me the gameplay. Show me the gameplay with someone playing well, and like I will get hype. I do want the devs to talk about it, but not in this setting. I would have liked there to be a unique dev blog video for it. But I just wanted to see Peter and Miles doing cool Spider-Man shit.
yeah. And then they ended the conference and there was no other game showed. I mean, okay, well, I guess they showed Final Fantasy VII Birth, but you know.
No big deal. I wouldn't get too hyped over. It looks so
Mm.
good. God damn.
Oh, that game looks even better than the first game.
Oh my goodness. Kicked open the door and there was just the actual world and not Midgar. Holy fuck, it's pretty.
Yeah, it was amazing looking. They showed off combo moves, which was shown in the Yuffie DLC.
Yep. Integrate
which,
with Sonnen.
which I still have not played.
Spoilers, she survives.
Oh man. They showed off some story beats that are confusing. Because obviously, because
the conversations that are going to happen. I cannot.
it was weird. It was questionable. It was the first scene they showed was everybody dead, which was 100% 100% in Zach's timeline.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the ending was bookended with someone who apparently died who couldn't have died.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. The
So we
game
have
looks
all this
great.
majesty in between a mystery. Oh, they did good.
Actually, you know what the real mystery is?
Go on then.
The real mystery is why do they need 2 discs?
Oh, because the world is going to be that big.
Okay. I've heard a lot of conversations about this over the past week. All right. 1. The first remake was actually also 2 discs.
Well, I mean, oh, you think it's going to be an installation disc and then the game disc, do you?
No,
No.
because
You got me.
they didn't market one as 2
As a
discs.
2 disc thing, yeah, correct.
They didn't market it as 2 discs. They're specifically marketing this game as 2 discs.
Yep. I mean, which
Um,
means there is a lot of information, and it all could not fit.
yeah.
And my assumption is either world too big or story too interesting, and there's a world state change.
What you have to think, all right? Typical PS5 discs are quad layered Blu-ray discs, which hold 100 gigs. All right. A lot of games nowadays don't even actually have the entire information on the disc. It's usually just an activation for you to download the game.
Yeah,
All
when
right.
you download it through the internet. True.
But some games do come with the full game on the discs or whatever. And obviously not every game is over 100 gigs, all right? My assumption is they decided to not do the whole activation, have the activation for the disc and have the information on the discs, which forces them to have multiple discs because this game is most definitely 125 to 150 gigs.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice. This is the whole reason why people still haven't gone digital. This is the reason why physical media is still sought after, so you can own the product. If all you own is an activation key, you don't have anything. So that's a real big possibility. I hadn't even considered that.
And so my assumption was, okay, so instead of doing the activation thing and having it to where you download part of the game, which obviously even with the activation thing, as long as you have the disc acts as an activation, so you can download this game on any account, anything or whatever. So you would still technically own the game even if it's just an activation. My assumption is that they decided to forego that and just put everything on the disc, and then they were like, okay, well we can act as if this is like Legacy, Final Fantasy, where the game's on multiple discs. That being said, the second the after Midgar section of the game, which was the second disc of Final Fantasy VII, did act as a pseudo open world.
Yes.
Even though the game was still very linear, it would just made it feel like it wasn't very linear. And you could go around and kind of do slightly whatever you wanted to an extent. This game probably is still going to act as if it's like slightly pseudo open world. But it's just bigger. And if you look at maps of Final Fantasy VII, it's big. Midgar is actually, or not Midgar.
The world,
Terra is enormous. Because I'm pretty sure it's Terra.
Think of all of the
is
places
it Terra or
we're
is it
going
Gaia?
to. I don't remember. I've only ever called it the Final Fantasy VII world.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the Mithril Mines. There's Rocket Town, Cosmo. I can't wait to see Gramps.
Yeah.
And his glorious mustache and beard. We're gonna be learned so much.
So the latest we've seen in this game is the Cosmo Canyon scene, because out of all the scenes that was shown in the trailer, that is the scene that is the latest in the game. that we've seen.
Yes. Or is it? Or
yeah,
is
yeah, it is.
Junin?
It is.
Is
No,
Junin Harbor not later?
Junon's before it. Junon's before
Is
it.
it okay?
Yeah.
Oh god, I hope we don't have to do anything dolphin related.
I mean, yeah, we're going.
We're definitely going to, but
yeah. So it brings a question. With the game being 2 discs, where do you think we're ending this game at?
so I don't know.
Portion of the game.
Like in my head, I think like my brain wants us to go all the way up to where Cloud has his mental breakdown. I forget the name
The
of
crater,
the
the
location.
northern crater.
No. It's after that.
That's where he has his mental breakdown, though.
Okay, fair. Well, then yes,
Yeah.
I would like to end there, and I'd like to pick it up in the following location where Tifa puts them back together. But, that feels really far. That feels really far. But like Sephiroth is just fucking with him through the whole trailer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like the only 2 places they could end the game at is they either ended at Temple of the Ancients.
No, that happens too soon.
I mean, isn't that where they ended the second disc?
Yeah, but that happens really quick.
I mean, not really. The second disc is pretty big, pretty long.
I mean, maybe it just feels that way. But like, I think I think we're gonna get in. We'll do like 2 major quests, and we'll be at the forest, and Aerith will do her disappearing act.
Oh no, because there's a hell of a lot more stuff to do before. Because because remember you have to go through fucking you have to go through the Dine storyline with Barrett. You have to go through
which, by the way,
Gold
is my
Saucer.
favorite. Is my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap! And I wasn't the hottest person on Barrett in the first game.
Yeah.
This is what's finally going to do it for me.
Yeah.
I just know it.
You gotta go through a lot of stuff, and then my assumption is we will definitely go past Temple of the Ancients or whatever, because I think we definitely have to go to Wutai at some point in this.
Well, yeah, because it's not going to be optional this time.
Yeah, it's not gonna be optional. So yeah, I'm excited, obviously, for 7 Rebirth. I guess I should go and play the intergrade DLC at some point in time.
I mean, like, on one hand, you're not going to miss out on that much. On the other hand, you definitely should, though.
Yeah, I know. I want to fight. I want to fight Nero. So that'll be
both. Yeah, both of them. Both brothers.
well, no. What the Weiss is optional.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, and I don't know if I want to fight a super boss. So, so that's that thing. I mean, I think that's it for Summer Game Fest. I mean, I don't know if you had anything out of Summer Game Fest that I didn't.
No, because for Summer Game Fest, it was really just Mortal Kombat. It was nice seeing actual gameplay after the story trailer we got. Guys, that's Mortal Kombat's a fighter. You do the story trailer second.
Mm-hmm.
PoE and Final Fantasy VII. After that, all my excitement comes from different shows.
Nice. All right. I mean, I slightly remember watching Guerrilla Collective, but I don't actually remember watching Guerrilla Collective. I didn't actually watch Guerrilla Collective. I watched Gigaboots watch Guerrilla Collective.
Now you might as well have watched it.
But I don't remember anything that came outside of, I think Remnant 2 was shown in Guerrilla Collective, but Remnant 2 was also shown at Summer Game Fest. Yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I remember. But what I do remember is Xbox.
Yeah, that would be next. This is true.
Xbox is, as I probably I've stated before, I think it was the best. Actually, surprisingly enough, the best showing.
Yeah,
This year.
yeah. This is what
Um,
happens when you show so much gameplay.
yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and be real here. A lot of the games that they said they were going to show gameplay of, they didn't actually really show gameplay of. Because I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I understand that part of what they showed for Fable is gameplay. That shit didn't look like gameplay. That looked like a full on cutscene.
I mean, it's true, but we saw plenty of gameplay from other games as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Avowed had gameplay, Clockwork Revolution had gameplay. Forza's a racer, so they kind of have to. Flight Sim, Hellblade, but that also was like the shortest gameplay in the world.
That was a cutscene. That was a cutscene.
Like, yeah, it was just like quick shimmy.
She walked. Like
Yeah,
a few
like
feet.
that.
That
Like,
was it.
I will grant you that barely counts. 33 Immortals was shown. That one Dungeon Hunter game. There was a lot of gameplay, just not always for the games that people are going to be most excited about.
Yeah. All right. So,
So, what
Avowed.
caught your interest?
Avowed. That's just Obsidian Elder Scrolls.
It really is, though. It really is, though.
Which means it's probably going to play good. Because Obsidian is a good developer. So
I suspect it's going to be super fucking rock solid.
Oh, by the way, 100% of these were day one Game Pass. I'm pretty sure.
Was it all of them really? I mean,
I think they were all day. I think almost all of them were day one Game Pass. That weren't like
that's 2 years
like
running.
DLC.
Then.
Yeah, that weren't like DLC.
Interesting, man. That's like Microsoft has had a real rough 12 months, but it's always nice to see them at least double down on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Maybe not for them, but for us.
I mean, I just don't understand how that system works. How do they get money? Because I understand a lot of people are paying $15 a month for it, but how is that I'm pretty sure that's not a replacement for a $60 to $70 drop for actually buying a game.
I wonder if it's because if you have Game Pass, you're more likely to stay on multiple months, and maybe you only buy 2 games a year.
Hey,
but even then,
I've had Game Pass for over a year, and I've downloaded maybe 3 games. So yeah, I'm guilty.
So yeah, this is my thought. Like for like the people who may not otherwise buy like from Microsoft, now they have you for. I mean, you keep saying 15, so I guess you're getting the ultimate bundle. I still pay $10. So at the end of the year, they get me for 120.
You are grandfathered in to that $10.
Oh, okay.
That $10 does. I don't think that $10 option exists anymore.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
I could look. But yeah.
But yeah, like even at the lowest, even for me, who only pays 10, like they have me for $120. They have me for 2 full releases any year prior to 2022. Now that we've decided $70 is the new norm.
Yeah.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't own an Xbox, so they were getting $0 from me before.
True.
So now that's the most beneficial way I can put it to spin it towards me and like towards consumers. Realistically, I still see where you're coming from. This doesn't seem like a very safe bet long term.
I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, they're never going to tell us how it actually works. So, it's just interesting to see how. Maybe it's just that there is enough people that are spending this money, or that is just keeping it on. That it's.
Yeah. Do we know the numbers of? Do we know the numbers of active, or not even active, just total accounts? I doubt it, but
no, not 100% sure. I mean, so they did come out and say that ever since Game Pass came out, they have seen a decrease in actual sales of games. So
Which does
they,
suck because I that's the other thing is I think people who otherwise would have bought Xbox games, well, now they don't have to. So
Mhm.
whilst I'm a win for you, maybe for someone else, now you're losing money.
Mm-hmm. Um. All right. So I'll go down this list here because I could pretty much talk about every one of these games.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
sure.
man, they're okay. So first of all, we had Obsidian. We had Obsidian. Elder Scrolls. All right. Next, we have In Exile's fucking Bioshock because
We
they
were so
literally just
certain it
made
was
a
some kind of
Bioshock.
like it's like this is Infinite again. What is this?
This is literally Clockwork Revolution, literally Bioshock. It's
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
cannot convince me it's not Bioshock. And it is from the creators of Arcanum, which also is a type of Bioshock-esque game. So, um, it's just, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, this game literally looked like Infinite 2. Like this.
Yeah, no, it's astounding like how much of BioShock Infinite is in this game.
hmm I'm actually pretty excited because I never beat Infinite, but I did play like half of it, and it's pretty fun. Um,
I did beat it. It was I don't know if it would still hold up, but it was great. I enjoyed my playthrough quite a lot.
hmm yeah. Uh, we sure did get a 3-minute trailer on Fable. Um,
So to your credit, I'm stunned with how long ago this was launched.
hmm
That this is still all we're seeing. Don't get me wrong, love Richard Ayoade. Fucking great choice. Going to be hilarious. Also, yeah,
well, I
yeah,
mean, I'm
this
gonna be
did
real.
feel cinematic more than
It
gameplay.
doesn't. It doesn't sound like he lasts for long because that chick did end up on sitting on his broken glasses.
I mean,
So
this is Jack and the Beanstalk, yes. So
yeah, yeah. So it was interesting. I don't know how that game's gonna actually play as Forza Motorsport. It's a Forza Motorsport game. I I really can't talk about that. It's car porn.
and it looks great.
Um,
If you
new
if you
mic.
like if you like fast cars going fast, looking real, yeah, it's great for you.
Yeah, yeah. New Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It looks like Microsoft Flight Simulator with better graphics and probably better controls and
I don't even necessarily know if it looks like it looks better.
it
Like it looked pretty good the first time round, must be said.
it does look like this one's actually kind of a game type esque because it looked like you were able to do like fire rescue rescue like missions type things.
Yeah, and you had like air show courses. It looks like you could play through.
Yeah. So yeah, they might actually be gamifying this game instead of it just being a simulator of like you just flying from place to place.
I'm sure you'll still be allowed to fly from place to place.
Oh
No
yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they also did there's a Dune collab with it. You get the fly around in a dragonfly ship. Um,
Yeah, I mean they've
on
done this for the past few. We had the Maverick DLC, the Pelican for Halo, and now this. So
yeah, and you get to fly on the Dune planet. So
Arrakis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, they sure showed uh Senua crawling through a very tight closed space and then looking at her reflection at water.
Man,
I
this
mean,
game is designed like it's literally the purpose of it is to speak with the player about mental disabilities and mental
yeah.
just offsets. Apparently, we're dealing with fears now because oh boy, uh, one of our friends said when we were watching it, I hate that. My most reoccurring nightmare is me being stuck in a small space with a bunch of pressure on my chest. I wake up gasping for it. I was so uncomfortable. I cannot wait to play this.
um Yeah. I mean, I didn't play the first one. I watched you play that first one.
True, true.
I mean, it. This game makes me feel the same way I feel about Death Stranding. Um, yeah. I feel when I look at this, I'm like, oh, this is a movie.
Correct. I mean, I think, and I'm a little biased because I was the one playing it. I think you could pull away just as much watching this as actually playing through it.
Yeah.
Because let me tell
But
you,
I mean,
sometimes the gameplay got in the way.
graphically it looked good. South of Midnight, that was interesting. There was no
Man, that
gameplay
music was
shown
great.
there. The music was
No,
great.
no, there was not.
It looked slightly stop motion-y, for animation wise, which was pretty cool. I'm gonna skip that. You thought this game looked charming. Towerborn.
Yeah, and we'll get to why that's funny in a bit. Yeah, I thought this game was. I think this game was charming. Like, it's in. God, I hope it's indie. This wasn't made by a major publisher and development team, right?
Creators of Banner Saga. I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit higher quality than I was expecting, or higher pedigree, I should say. That I was expecting.
It's from the team called Stoic.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely a known quantity. But like this felt just like a really charming indie game. We'll see. Like I don't know if I'll actually give it a go, but I could see myself losing a couple hours to this. It's just dungeon crawling for the most part, a bit of traversal.
Mm-hmm. After watching it a second time, because obviously I went back and watched Gigabooth react to it or whatever, it looked pretty alright. I mean, it's multiplayer, so I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, just so.
Nice. Another multiplayer game that they showed off had 33 Immortals co-op.
Oh
It's
my
a raid.
God.
It's like a co-op raid roguelike or action roguelike that was had. You could have 33 players, 33, in a roguelike.
I watched Ray Navarez Jr.'s reaction to this. It was amazing. It's like, oh, okay, look, it's like it's multiplayer. What does it give 4 people? Oh, I'm sorry, 6. It's a lot of people. 33. He almost choked on his drink, and that was the mindset. He was like, yeah, that's a lot of people. Oh God, it keeps getting more. 33 co-op multiplayer spots. I mean, goddamn. Twitch chat, you're all invited, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Skip that because you have something to talk about that. Yeah. Well, I didn't think we were gonna get to this. So I thought this game looked pretty all right. All right. I do think that they probably need to work on like the movement animations or whatever because they
Sure.
seemed a bit slow or whatever. But I thought Dungeons of Hinterberg was kind of charming.
Yeah, and it feels like a very single player version of what was it, Towerfall?
Powerborn.
Sorry, Towerborn. So like I don't know why it just didn't have the same appeal to me. I don't know, maybe it's the art style or something. Hard to say.
I know the running animation looked a bit stiff. But this game doesn't have a release date. So it could be that could be fixed easily. So,
It's true. It's absolutely true. And
uh
again, with everything on this list, it's all day one Game Pass.
oh yeah, all of this is day one Game Pass. Actually, that's a lie. I've been scrolling down. Not all of them is day one Game Pass.
Many of them. This is one of them, though.
Yeah, this is indeed one of them. The next one that is day one Game Pass, Jusant, which was pretty much climbing simulator.
Climbing sim, yeah.
Looked interesting.
Hey, look, I've played a lot of Uncharted. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. The next game that isn't day one Game Pass is
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
What a fucking trailer! My goodness.
Our boy, our boy Ichiban waking up naked on
In Hawaii.
in Hawaii of all places for some reason. I guess I need to go beat fucking Like a Dragon 7 so I can fucking
I
figure
know,
that
I
out.
know it's turn based. I still would have loved to see a bit of gameplay, just the least bit. Instead, I got to see Ichiban's bare ass. But you win some, you lose some.
Some, yeah.
This was still a pretty solid trailer. Very funny. Humor is
Hmm.
still super intact.
Yeah. That's coming apparently early 2024, so early 2024 looking pretty stacked at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh so Atlas finally came out and talked about the and well, not talked about, but like showed off the other game that they're making that isn't Persona, but is Persona, I
It's
guess.
supposed to say, but isn't it though? But isn't it though?
Metaphor Re Fantasio is a new fantasy. It's the first fantasy RPG from the people behind Persona. Because all of the other Persona games that come out, they're not fantasy. Those are modern
Yeah,
games.
yeah, they're all
This is
contemporary.
uh this one's a fantasy, and it honestly looks interesting. I mean, it looks like a Persona game, so. Well,
Uh,
it looks like Persona and SMT finally like had a
Thank
baby
you. Okay, there
together.
we go. See, I don't know about Persona yet until I see a social link. I don't know because it's not high school. Thank
Yeah,
God. But I get SMT feels from this. Also, I get what was the other game? Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
yeah, Tokyo Mirage Systems.
I
Yeah,
get some of that because Arbin obviously it looks like they're working with the Fire Emblem artist again because the main character is just Ike.
yeah,
It's just SMT Ike.
yeah.
Uh,
It actually really is.
there wasn't gameplay, but there were flashes to what might be to menus.
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to this. I really liked SMT5. I think that game did worse than it deserves. I think if they put that game out on PC, that would probably save that game's reputation.
Yeah.
I would love to see another SMT, and it looks like I will be getting it in a roundabout fashion with Metaphor. I look forward to the next trailer.
Hmm. That one is not day one Game Pass.
It is not this
Um,
fair.
the next game is day one Game Pass, and it's a Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, which is a new Capcom game that kind of looks like Onimusha, but isn't Onimusha.
I certainly thought it was at first, and then it
Yeah,
very much decided to change its pace. So
yeah. Um, Nobody really knows what this is. Um,
Japanese myth inspired for sure.
yeah,
Past that, I don't know. Lots of Torii gates, lots of hands, lots of
yeah.
hands.
Lots of hands. Yeah, lots of weird monsters. Um, Lots of weird Oni.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
definitely going to need another trailer to make any sense of what's going on here. Doesn't look
mm-hmm.
bad though. Doesn't look bad.
Yeah. Uh, Payday 3 gameplay trailer. It looks like
Completely forgot about
Payday.
this. It
Looks like
does look like
Payday.
Payday. Yeah.
Looks good. Day one Game Pass. Um, so there's that. Persona 3 Reload. Which is the not so leaked remake of Persona 3. Which is a full on remake of Persona 3 and
As
not
far as I can tell,
Persona 3 Fest. No, I mean they came out and announced it was Persona. It
so I mean,
literally nothing from Fest and Portable.
except that there is.
What
You're
do you mean?
going to be controlling your teammates, which
Well,
is
no,
a
because that's the remake aspect of it.
oh no,
Not
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like it'll be a lot of the quality of life and just not the answer
not the
and not
content. Not
not
the
the
content.
the extra content.
Yeah. So,
Which frankly, like there's going to be a lot of discourse about what should and shouldn't be in this game. Frankly, a Persona 3 that is actually playable and modern is going to be a good thing at the end of the day. Full stop.
yeah. And the great thing about it is we already know that they're going to do a fucking another version of it. Cleese on Twitter literally pointed out they left room next to reload to put in Fess and make it red.
So here's the thing. If they do that, I will immediately think that Atlas is a bunch of fucking scumbags.
Oh, they are, because they are a bunch of fucking scumbags.
Yes, I know, and I know. All I'm essentially doing is saying I'm not going to call them scum now. I'm going to call them scum later. But there is one thing I feel about this. I am not one of those people that are super upset with this game in its current state. Yeah. I will happily take it as is because it's better than not having it at all.
I'm taking it as is too.
But if you're going to make a remake of a game this old, when you remake it, if you sell it for full price, it should be the entire experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you sell me Fez for $30 extra later on, or repackage it and resell it for $70, I'm gonna think you're a piece of shit.
I don't think this game's
warning
gonna be
you
70.
from now.
This game's not gonna be 70.
I have my doubts. Oh well, no, yeah, okay, sure, 60. What I mean is full price, and I'm just we're $70 now. When you sell it to me for full price, I'm going to think negatively of you.
Actually, Dollet, you're not buying it at all.
This is true. I pay for Game Pass.
It's day one Game Pass. So.
It is day one Game Pass.
So I mean, I'm not buying it at all either. So I'm just gonna download it on Game Pass.
That's one small gripe with the trailer that was otherwise pretty good. Where was the music, guys?
I mean, the music was there. It's the remade music.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now. Look, it wasn't Mass Destruction, it wasn't Burn My Dread.
I know. And they definitely should have opened it up with Burn My Dread or Mass Destruction.
I expected a lead up with the Velvet Rooms theme into Baby 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 Baby, and then into Burn My Dread to take us out. Mm-hmm. That's my small little nitpick. Other than that, yeah, play sure, whatever.
They did allow the voice actors to come out and say that who's playing who, brand new cast. They
top to bottom,
literally everybody.
Which honestly, I'm just gonna put this out there. Thank God, all of these voice actors are all gonna be 40 pushing 50 or so.
Yeah,
these are high school kids. Fantastic. There's a new generation of voice actors. This is the right use of them.
I mean, let's be real here. All right, we've all heard Jing Yuan in fucking Honkai Star Rail. All right, Alejandro Saab could, he could he can make a voice sound like a fucking 40-year-old. Let's be real here.
It's true. It's fine. I just want to hear more of him.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, this cast is going to be glorious. It's made of a bunch of known factors, except for maybe one of them I wasn't sure of. But they're all a bunch of known faces. Like they're gonna rock these roles, 100%.
Yeah. Another Persona game, Persona 5 Tactica, which is Persona 5 Tactics. It's literally Persona 5 Q. That is also coming out day one Game Pass and everything else in the world, most likely.
So we have Persona 5 as a turn-based RPG. We have Strikers as a Musou-ish. And is there another Persona 5 game? Because they don't have the fighter. They weren't there in time for that.
I mean, we have Persona 5.
That's what I'm saying. Is that's the RPG. We have the Musou, and now we have the tactical one. So I'm like, all right, they were just running through all the genres. My goodness, when's Persona 3 Arena Double Ultimax revisited with the 5 cast?
Well, I mean, Persona 4 went through the same thing. We had Persona 4.
I agree.
Persona 4 Arena. We had Persona 4 Q. We had Persona Q.
This is exactly why I asked the question. So they're just going to run through all the genres. Where's the fighting game? I want to play as Makoto. I want to hit people with a motorcycle as my super.
Yeah, true. Star Wars Outlaws was revealed. talk about that later when we hit
Yeah,
Ubisoft
no
for a few minutes.
gameplay at Xbox, but that's understandable given later in the week. I'm super pleased with this. It's so nice to see Star Wars in someone else's hands.
Yeah. Um, Still Wakes the Deep, which is like a first-person narrative horror game, looked okay, I guess. I mean, it didn't really. It was just a trailer. It didn't really show anything.
I don't remember it. I know it had an
Yeah.
oil rig in it, and that's all I remember.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. There were some updates for other games like 76 and Elder Scrolls Online Necrom, and then obviously
True, yeah.
we have Phantom Liberty coming out in September for Cyberpunk, which that's going to be really good.
Yeah, it was covered by at least where I saw the most of it so far was with Skill Up. The game looks really good. The game looks really good, and I've been burnt by it before, but given all of the touch-ups to Cyberpunk in the interim, I expect this will actually be a very, very good time.
Yeah. And
That was it.
allow. No, that wasn't it. We have two other games. I skipped
No,
over
no, that was
I skipped over City Skylines for you.
no.
You know?
Okay. I like City Skylines. I played the first one. I am not the person who's making like this amazing looking city. I just find it as a fantastic way to lose 5 to 6 hours of my lifetime if I start it up. So we've known about City Skylines 2 for a little while now. People have actually gone to play it. It's just going to be more of the same with all of the quality of life from the end game of City Skylines 1 with some new features that we saw in the trailer. There really wasn't much to go on, but I'm super excited. I like building cities that are super inefficient and that I have to fix my traffic several times and fix my urban planning. Look, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. If you like the first one, you'll love the second one. If this isn't your genre, this isn't going to change your mind.
What are you talking about, Dollet? This is gonna immediately get everybody to build city.
I mean, I think you should. To my knowledge, Paradox is fine. They haven't done anything terribly scummy. There's a lot of DLCs, so I mean that kind of sucks. But I mean, the game was like they had faith in their game and they kept making DLCs for it. I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna build DolletVille and it's gonna suck, and then I'm gonna fix it and it'll suck less.
Dollet. Couldn't come up with a better name than Dolletville.
Ah, I'm gonna put it next to the water. It's gonna be grand. People are gonna go out. They're gonna sit by the water and not be able to do anything. I'll put them on a ferry that goes around in a circle 6 times. It'll be great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Now that's all the games because they didn't show anything else.
Yeah, true. They didn't show anything. Except they showed the game that actually I'm excited for. Everybody knows I love No Man's Sky. All right. If I didn't have extreme ADHD, I'd probably be playing No Man's Sky right now. Man, Bethesda really just said, "Hey, man, we can make No Man's Sky as well."
They kind of did, though, didn't they?
Yeah. In a world where No Man's Sky doesn't exist, Starfield also does not exist. I'm gonna go ahead and say that because I guarantee you, like after No Man's Sky, I don't even know if it's after No Man's Sky was released, but after No Man's Sky was announced, Todd Howard was like, "We can do that. We can do that." I guarantee you. Because
I mean, look, I want to argue because I think, like, of course they had this idea. They've probably been sitting on it forever, but time is conspicuous and the gameplay looks very similar in a lot of ways. Dissimilar in other ways, but those other ways are so Bethesda in nature.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna be very brief on this one, all right? Because I could probably have a whole podcast talking about Starfield,
and we
right?
probably will in the future.
Yeah, we will because I'm gonna play it. For one, because it's day one Game Pass, it's free. I'm definitely gonna try this game for free.
That is absolutely nuts. Even if you hate Bethesda for like leaving or doing whatever, if you have access to this, you have to play it. Like,
yeah. 2, this game actually looks kind of insane. Graphically, it's nothing like the fucking nothing to write home about. This game's been in the work for God knows how many years. It's still running off the Creation Engine. Creation Engine's not the best fucking engine in the world. It's actually probably one of the worst engines in the world. I expect
I
this game to
really
run
do
like
wish
ass.
they would. Yeah, I really do wish they would step away from it.
Yeah, I expect this game to run like ass. But if this game is any modicum of what they want it to be or whatever, this game's gonna be great. I'm gonna lose hours in this game. This game has over 1,000 planets. Obviously, a lot of these 1,000 planets, you probably can't really land on or whatever, or you can land on, and if you leave your cockpit or if you leave your ship or whatever, you're probably going to be in trouble. um,
I mean, yeah, but this is the Bethesda. I bought Skyrim twice,
mhm.
and I put a bunch of time into it, despite all of its flaws. I can't imagine that there's any reason this game won't be every bit as successful because it's just going to be a Bethesda game, but finally in space.
Yeah. They showed off customization. They said they have so many mods for your guns. You could literally make your fucking ship kind of look like a Zord from fucking Power Rangers. It is dumb. Uh, I am surprised that I'm surprised that the game looks this good. I guarantee you this game does not run anywhere near as good as they made it look today. Because for one,
No, and they've already come out and admitted that it won't be running to
well,
expectation.
on consoles, they are saying that no matter what you run it on, it's going to be locked to 30. And I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have a performance mode on there. It'd be weird if they didn't
No,
have
they'd
a
have brought
performance
it
mode.
up.
It's weird because they only said you can run it at 4K 60 or 1440p 60. All right. They didn't say anything about 1080p. Because I mean, not everybody has a fucking 1440p or 1080p or a 4K monitor. I don't know how that works specifically. PC, on the other hand, probably going to be like how Redfall came out. And I don't mean like performance wise, or I don't mean like that wise. I mean it'll probably run at 60 on PC, just because that's probably what they designed the game for.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah. Though the minimum spec requirements, they're not high, but they're not low. At least CPU wise. The graphics card wise, you can have a 1070 Ti or whatever. And that's for minimum spec requirements for your graphics card. For your CPU, on the other hand, it's exactly my CPU, the 2600X. Which is a little disconcerting. But I don't 100% know. This game requires an SSD, as in you cannot run this game without an SSD. Apparently,
I'm still trying to figure out how
that's possible. Yeah, I'm concerned how that's possible either. Like if you just boot the game or whatever, and it's like cannot boot because it's not on an SSD.
Yeah, this feels like a strong recommendation and not a minimum. But
yeah, it's I mean, to be fair, it could just boot up and say, "Hey, you cannot run this game unless it's on an SSD." And to be fair, that's okay because I mean, SSDs actually technically aren't that expensive nowadays. So I mean, it's not really hard to get an SSD for your computer. It is like 125 gigs, so it's pretty big.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be off limits. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's over 1,000 planets, so whatever. I mean, I love No Man's Sky, so I'm probably gonna enjoy this game. It's also a Bethesda game, so you know what that means. Mods.
Oh yeah, 100%. The modders are gonna any shortcoming this game has is gonna be saved over
Oh
the
yeah,
course of like 3 years by the
yeah.
modders,
The
which
the
for
it's
sure
gonna be
we shouldn't rely on them. This is
yeah
100% true,
yeah.
but it's gonna
But
happen, right?
yeah
So
yeah. I mean, what I mean, there's gonna be a guarantee within the first like week or two there will be a performance update mod for this game. Immediately. So it's gonna be ridiculous. I can't wait. I'm obviously
I
playing on PC because that's where I have
I
Game
do
Pass
want to
Live.
reiterate something.
Mm-hmm.
I love when devs talk about their work.
Oh
I
yeah.
think
Oh
I
my
think
god.
all games should come with like a video that's like 30 minutes long about the devs talking with their work. However, during a show like this, I do not want to hear the devs talk about their work.
Yeah. I don't care.
I
Yeah.
I want to see someone play the game at a fun level and just do cool things. And when they showed that, I was really excited. But for like the first one, felt like 15 minutes, I was just begging to
Mm-hmm.
see more of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I was I was so angry. I was like, okay. I needed to go to work or whatever because it was it was during the time I needed to go to work. And I was like, okay, I understand you guys love your game. Uh, I don't care. All right. Give add in like a 30-minute documentary of you guys playing you guys making the
Like
game. All right.
as a reminder, I freaking love no clip docs. Like if you make it, I will watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Just not during the hype cycle. Just
Yeah.
let
Not
me be hype about your beautiful product that I really want to enjoy.
not
I
when you're
will
trying
circle
to
back to it.
advertise the game.
Like, maybe this works for people. Maybe some people are because I mean we all often talk about how devs are treated very poorly. So maybe this is how like you get around that and you're able to show people really. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just show me your game,
Yeah.
please. Just show me
Yeah.
your game. Come here. I
Um.
want to see the pretty pictures.
But yeah. I mean, I already talked way too much about Starfield. You know what? You know what? What game company did show you raw gameplay of a video game? Uh, Square Enix.
Well, yeah. Oh my goodness! I didn't realize we were here. You are correct, sir. This was a fan fest. Holy shit! By the
This was a
way,
fan fest. Yeah, this is
we had a
legitimately day one
keynote.
fan fest. Yeah.
We had a keynote. We had a gameplay section. We had a lore section, which is really just a story section. We had a music section, and then we had an outro where everyone came back and we said goodbye. This was actually just FanFest day one.
Um. Yeah. So, Final Fantasy 16 had their pre-launch event. Last night. For us at the when I upload this, it'll be
Yes, yes.
Sunday. They had it Sunday night. And oh my god! All right. First of all right. I'm gonna apologize. All right to any like any maybe bad things I may have said about the new CEO or whatever. He might still be like a corporate, like probably a corporate shill for like NFTs and stuff like that at some point in time. He hasn't done it yet. But I congratulate him. He tried his fucking best. At the beginning of this fucking thing, he literally talked to everybody in English. It was actually very endearing, and I never saw that from Matsuda. I never saw that from him throughout his years as president and CEO. This guy came out and was like, "Hey guys, I remember back when I got Final Fantasy 1, I said no sleep, no homework, no eating, only games." And I was like, all right, I understand you. That was really cool. He's I wouldn't say he's charismatic, but he's
True.
It was nice. It was endearing.
He's trying, and that means a lot.
Yeah. I will hand it to him. That was his first outing to any fans.
Was it?
So
Goodness.
yeah, that was his first outing. Period. So that's nice. That was nice. But getting into the actual meat of the thing, yeah, we had a keynote for this. You know, Yoshi P came out. He introduced everybody. He talked about the game. Said that there was a demo coming in like less than 12 hours. Of the of this like little fan fest that we were having. Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" And he was like, "Yeah. Also, please pre-order our fucking Torgal plush." Hashtag please give us some more money.
Look, there was in that moment such temptation in me.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was cool. We had panel stuff lined up, and I will say the story one was really not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Mainly because, well, they couldn't actually really talk about anything because of the spoilers.
It's weird. It's weird to want to talk about story before you launch the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was understandable or whatever. That first segment. This is how you. Okay.
Yes.
Before what?
Before we get into like the specific sentence, I do want to like reaffirm this. I'm super down with this format. Also,
Oh yeah.
I'm so pleased with the representation that they chose from the community.
Yeah.
I never expect like actual community representation to come up, and this feels so good. We had 3 segments after the keynote. We had gameplay, and they brought up Maximilian, who I genuinely, honestly can't think of a better general all-purpose gameplay-oriented community representative to bring up. Story, they have Alana, who was she was a game journalist who literally now writes for Santa Monica Studio.
Yeah.
Fantastic choice. And of course, for music, they bring up like the person who is like now super good friends with Soken in Alex McCullough, and it was wholesome the whole time round. Now we can get into specifics, but I just want to shout out that I thought bringing these 3 up to like actually have meaningful things to say on behalf of the community was really cool, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Exactly. Like all 3 of them are like you in the representation. You had Max, who is honestly the guy you go to when you want to hear something about fighting games, when you want to hear something about action games, when you want to hear something about Capcom in general, because he's like the biggest Capcom shell I've ever seen.
He absolutely is. This is fair.
He's the guy you go to for that. And you have Alana Pierce, who is just specifically she's just known. All right, she's known throughout the gaming sphere, period. And now that she actually writes for Santa Monica, I mean, she like she fucking helped write for fucking God of War Ragnarok.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
And she was a content creator and games journalist before that, so she knows about writing, about like how, you know, the process of going into all that stuff.
Just so. I mean, and like in general, as a member of the internet, she worked for Rooster Teeth, which is where I first ran into her.
Oh yeah, true.
Or actually, was it Rooster Teeth or was it Funhouse? She was Funhouse.
Yeah? Oh, Funhouse, yeah.
True.
And then for the music, you had Alex McCullough, who, for one, is just very known among the Final Fantasy XIV community because of his musical knowledge, and the fact that he just got, I guess, so prevalent enough within that community to get the opportunity to sit down with Soken multiple times throughout his recent career.
Hey, the drip though. My God,
drip, yeah. You know, honestly, it's actually the drip. That's why they're like, this guy knows how to drip.
Man, he doesn't make cosplays, but he dresses in accordance with characters, and it's always the good stuff.
Yeah.
Big shout out for your non-musical artistic endeavors, Alex.
And And yeah, I mean, at the moment, he's like ridiculously good friends with Soken. He like can
Yeah,
just sit there and just
absolutely.
have like a conversation with Soken no matter what.
And it seems
Um,
like they genuinely like Soken even genuinely enjoys. I mean, it's not just a thing that is designed to be good community
dude, Soken
PR.
fucked with Alex so much.
It's so great. Soken's such a fucking troll.
uh, but yeah, I think for this, obviously we just mainly want to we mainly want to talk about this gameplay segment because this is how you advertise a
Yes,
fucking
correct.
video game. All
It
right,
was so good.
one, oh my god, I can't imagine how Max feels. Max is literally on stage playing a video game with probably one of his most favorite game directors, combat directors ever. All right. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, one of the games Max talks about non fucking stop.
All of the time.
Right? All of the time. He literally talks about when are we getting more? When are we getting when are we gonna port of this somewhere? When? Literally on stage with the guy that did the combat for that game, Ryoto Suzuki.
Ryota Suzuki.
And they literally played 16 on stage. Max and Ryoto Suzuki both did the same S rank hunt.
Two very different results.
Yeah, two very different results because Max almost beat the hunt, and it actually goes to show you Max has had a very limited amount of time playing this game. He's like 6 hours for when they showed him when they showed him the game that one time.
That's true.
And then he had probably whatever time he was out, maybe able to play, maybe before the event or whatever, because they had booths set up for people to play the game. And then they throw him into a segment of the game where you have a hell of a lot more abilities than you did in any of the two places that he's played. And obviously, okay, so this isn't just like a lot of the stuff's probably rehearsed. All right. They obviously probably had a rehearsal. They didn't just come up on stage and fucking just started talking random, really.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Stuff, yeah. So Max probably did have a lot more like maybe behind the scenes play of this game, or like at least knowledge, because he obviously
I don't necessarily think that. I think that they just worked on the words. I don't think that he actually got a chance to sit down and play any more than he had.
But either way, he sat there, and it goes to show you how I'm not going to say the game is easy, because I don't think the game is easy, all right? I want to say how the game is easy to understand.
Yes.
All right?
Because Max put on a fucking clinic.
Yeah, he picked the controller up, fought this hunt, all right? Almost beat it, 15 levels under leveled, all right? And I mean, it's Maximilian, dude. He knows how to play action games or whatever. Once he knows like most of the controls or whatever, he can pick it up and just like intuitively go through it, all right? And it was just great to see like a normal gamer, all right, just sit there and play the game, all right? Then he loses and he's like, okay, hey Suzuki-san, can you show me how it's done? And he's like, okay, let me get revenge on this motherfucker because I lost when he was like, so I did this for IGN and I lost. Now I need to get
Let's
revenge.
get the run back. And like this is important because so often we hear, do the developers even play their game? Ryota Suzuki plays his game. He plays it really damn well.
I think Ryota Suzuki just plays video games in general.
Truth, actually.
Yeah, he beat the hunt, and it was amazing. He had a definitely a different play style than Max did, and it was just obviously this segment was just to show you that there are different play styles for this game.
Yes.
And you can build your character in different ways. And I was like, okay, this is how you advertise your game. This is how you advertise gameplay for your game. All right, you get a Joe Schmo, and I understand Maximilian Dude's not actually a Joe Schmo video gamer or whatever. He is like the action video game player or whatever. But in a world where he never became a content creator, yeah, he would just be a regular Joe Schmo video game player. All right. And you just have a gamer sit there and play the game. And well, I mean, you have both Max and Ryoto Suzuki who are gamers. They sat there and showed you what the game looks like at a level that like competent people play at. And let me tell you what, I was sitting here like, man, fuck it, it's at 4:00 in the morning yet because I want to play this fucking game.
It was the longest wait.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
That was great. I mean, as two people that have already played the demo or whatever, man, the game runs great. This event was amazing. We got to see Alex and fucking Soken play a little tune on stage.
Yeah, the theme of the Revenge trailer. It was really nice.
Yeah,
it was not the piece that I thought they were gonna play. It was really mellow and sweet.
Well, I think they were playing the mellow version of it, or whatever,
yes.
Because it was literally a piano, keyboard, and a fucking bass. I don't think you could go that hard.
Well, no, I just thought I mixed it up with the Dominus showcase, the Dominance showcase rather. So I thought I was like, how are you all gonna play this big orchestral choir? Oh no, it's this one, right? That makes way more sense.
I guess my only like my head cocked to the side, like really aspect of this showcase was man, they really spent money to make a live action trailer, did they?
Yeah, so I'm with you, right? I don't think they need to do this. It looked great, mind you.
Yeah, it did look good.
It was good, but why do you do this? This feels like money that you didn't need to spend, and it looked expensive too.
Yeah, and they had I forget what who the fucking director that had on, the film director that had on.
Yeah.
But I was like, when they said it was live action trailer, I was like, really? And then I saw it and I was like, okay. I mean, obviously, I mean, everything was like on camera or whatever, outside of the Ifrit that was shown at the end. That was obviously a CGI thing. So like, I mean, it looked really good, but I was like, did you really need this? I was like, what's the return rate on this?
No. This is money that just burnt up. But look, at least it wasn't the Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn live action.
Don't talk about that. Next, they ended the show. It was amazing.
It was great. It's great. High point of my weekend.
I then waited. Oh no, the high point of your weekend was playing. Well, actually, no. Technically, it's Monday. Technically, it's Monday when you were playing it, so it's not the weekend anymore.
True. Yeah. So, not a liar. Technically, high point of my weekend. It was so good.
Yeah. I think next up is Ubisoft. So I didn't actually fully watch the Ubisoft conference. I woke up like 30 minutes after it had already started. Or like almost an hour after it already started. I did get to see the Star Wars Outlaws stuff. Holy shit! That game actually looks good.
It looks really good. Like, when you hear Ubisoft, I was just expecting, okay, so this is gonna be Assassin's Creed with guns. Cool. No, this looked legit. This is fantastic. I wonder, how do I phrase this? I wonder how long it's going to be. Because they showed off a whole ass section of this game, and it looked like you're able to get through them pretty quick if you know what you're doing. Not that that's a problem. I didn't think that Fallen Order was very long either. Yeah. But yeah, I do wonder like what we should expect from that. It looks great, sounds great. Play all the gameplay stuff made it seem pretty intuitive. Everything makes sense at least.
There's
Yeah,
space fighting.
I did not hate the characters. Also, yeah, we go into space and do actual space stuff too. It's not just a loading screen.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Apparently, I think it's coming out next year. Or it's showcased to come out next year.
Yes, I think it's just 2024 for now.
24. Yeah, yeah. I was generally surprised. I mean, we knew that Massive was working on a open world Star Wars game, and this is apparently an open world Star Wars game. So like, it might actually be pretty big.
Yeah,
Might actually be
exactly.
pretty long. So
Like I said, it looked like you could get through it quickly, but that's not what Ubisoft does. So
yeah. Um. Outside of that, I didn't watch the Assassin's Creed Mirage segment because I if they're doing what I think they're doing, I don't need to watch it.
well, I'll be honest. I watched 3 different times Mirage was shown off this weekend, including today.
Uh-huh.
Every time was amazing. God, I
Yeah.
love that. I love that we're just going back to the old Assassin's Creed 2 through when did it end? Syndicate?
Yeah, Syndicate was like the last time it was
Like
like
we're going back
an
to that
Assassin's Creed,
style
yeah.
of game, and obviously the comparison is to one. But man, it looks good. I feel like there was a lot of brotherhood in this actually,
That's good.
in
That's
like
good.
all of the good ways. Yeah.
I mean, if it took up if it took up anything from like 2 Brotherhood and Revolution then, or Revelation, then it's going to be good because all 3 of those games were, well, honestly the same game. So,
Yeah, with Revelations being the most different.
mhm.
Yeah, no. Like it felt a lot of the Ezio trilogy, despite
Yeah.
being where it's set. I I cannot wait. This is the first Assassin's Creed I've been excited in since Black Flag. Like I picked up Odyssey, I own it, but I got it on sale and I was dubious. This is the first time I've been like, yeah, I'll happily pick this up, either on release or very near to it.
Yeah, no, I actually am pretty interested in it. And that's really weird. I mean, I've played Odyssey. I played like a good bit of Odyssey, and I played like a good bit of Valhalla. Those games, those games are not bad. There's just too much in it. All right. What I like about the old school fucking Assassin's Creed games is that um they're big, but they're not as big. Everything's more condensed. Um, Everything's more curated. It just feels better. I mean, there's stealth. I feel like I'm an assassin in these
And
games.
that's big. Like and I guess because we weren't, I didn't feel like an assassin in Odyssey. The stealth didn't seem to actually matter. If I attacked from the bushes, all I did was alert people because whoever
Mhm.
I stabbed is getting right back up.
Yeah.
And like you said, there was too much, and like I don't even think it's just open world burnout. I just think Ubisoft makes their worlds too big, and whilst they populate it with stuff, that
Hmm.
stuff doesn't always matter anyway.
Yeah.
So even if it is densely populated, it's not densely populated with things worth dealing with. The
Yeah.
older games, which were more, I was going to say they were better cultivated, but they are when things are put down with meaning and there's just less in it, you're able to more fully appreciate it, and I want that back. I never wanted that gone in the first place. So I can't wait. I will pick this up. I'm excited. Hopefully, this sells well and they are incentivized to do both versions because I don't foresee them dropping the other model.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, so Assassin's Creed 2, one of the only games I've platinumed. All right, so that's how much I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 2, at least, because I actually platinumed it twice. All right, because or I 100%ed it twice because the first time I played the game was on Xbox and my game glitched and it didn't count all the feathers that I got, and so I wasn't able to get the achievement for it because it glitched out and I was not able to get all the feathers. Then I got it for PlayStation and 100%ed it on PlayStation. So like, I'm not saying I'll 100% Mirage, but I'm just saying there's a better chance of me at least going like completing the game because it's an old school Assassin's Creed game. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um outside of that, I didn't pay attention to anything else in the Ubisoft conference. I have no idea what was shown off.
I mean, there was the other Assassin's Creed game, Jade. It looks like it's taking place during the Qing Dynasty. It's like third century. So you're in
Yeah.
China. I look forward to seeing them humanize, villainize, mythologize all the various warring states members: Guan Yu, Liu Bei, Cao Cao, all the members of the all the members you would expect from all the Musou games you've played in the past, essentially. Um,
Nice.
this is going to be a live service, I think, which was weird to me. Like, I'm not as excited about this because I'm still not sure what it is.
It's a mobile game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mobile Assassin's Creed game, and I
Yeah.
love the setting, but I'm not in love with everything else I kept hearing,
Mhm.
and they obviously didn't show very much. So hard to say. I do like that they had a big fuck off spear though. Other than that, it was nice to see them remember that Rayman exists and that the
Yeah.
rabbits come from his game.
Mhm.
So that was cool. Good on you. And the last thing that I think is worth talking about is Prince of Persia's getting a game. Nope, not that one. Nope. They're making another one, in the
Oh.
old style. It's a Metroidvania. This is not Sands of Time. Sands of Time is still presumably in development hell in Montreal now.
Mhm.
This is a different one. Like I said, it's like the old style. It's very Metroidvania, side scroller, runabout. Until I know how it plays, I'll reserve judgment. I think we talked about this earlier during the PlayStation block. But I'm still kind of into it. I like
Mm.
Prince of Persia. I like timey-wimey shenanigans. There was a lot of that in this. I'll give it a go.
Oh, I also forgot because I didn't actually watch it. Um, they did show off Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Oh yeah, they led with that, didn't they?
Yeah,
That's a game that exists. Sure.
and they
Hey,
have the release date.
did you like the movie about the big blue people? Did you ever want to play as one of them? Well, now's your chance.
Well,
That's all I
from
got.
from what I'm reading, they announced a release date December 7th, so it's coming out this year. Um, and it's co-op. So
Brilliant.
that's interesting, I guess. Um,
I wish
ma-
I really wish I liked the franchise more because I hate to say it, I just do not give a shit about this game.
yeah. Uh oh yeah, they sung about Skull and Bones,
Oh God, yeah, that section.
and
I,
there's a August closed beta test.
look, solid plan putting out the closed beta. Don't know if it's solid for you because I have a funny feeling people are gonna get their hands on it and go, "Oh God, this feels horrendous." But if they don't, fantastic. Now you have a bit of hype behind this. Singing about your game that no one is excited about and kind of comes off as cringy, not the strongest move.
Hey man, I'm tangentially excited because it's a pirate game and it might be good.
I was excited way back during Black Flag when I thought I was getting more Black Flag. It's been a bit. I think my hype's long since died down.
Yeah.
Like like to your credit, I love Black Flag today. So
Yeah, true.
if it's good enough, I mean, I'll be interested, but you really got to win me over because I'd rather you just remake Black Flag at this point.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's it for Ubisoft. We get to go. We get to go.
Decent outing for Ubisoft, all things considered, though.
Yeah. We get to go to our favorite developers, Capcom. All right.
Yeah, you think he's being facetious? They've done really good this year. I went into this excited.
I'm gonna get this out of the way as fast as I can. What the fuck are they doing with Pragmata?
Dude, I don't know. Holy shit. They showed this off way too early. Apparently it was supposed to come out apparently it was supposed to come out last year, got delayed to this year.
This year.
Fine. Understandable. Delays happen. Now it has been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
I was interested because it seemed space themed ish. I couldn't tell what was going on. It looked really interesting. Tell you what though, not a great look. Not a great look. And when I saw it, I knew immediately what it was. And I said to myself, she had better not be writing sorry on that goddamn piece of paper again. That had better be a date. It said very sorry.
It had 2022 to 2023, but 2023 was scribbled out and it said very sorry. And then they had they had a fucking developer fucking like lit thing saying, hey, we're delaying it again.
And look, I'll say this. I'm confused at the moment, so I'm loud. I'm not mad because I don't really have anything to be mad about yet. It's not like this is a sequel or anything I can get excited over and then it just died. This is a new game that was just announced too early. Let this be a lesson. This is a Capcom first-party title, so I still have faith because they've been on such a roll lately. But, that is not a good look. That is not a good look. Even for the transparency, still not great.
So here's my issue. All right. This game was announced in 2020. All right. Come out. And it was like, all right, we're going to come out in 2022. All right.
Yeah, they skipped a full year, by the way. They did not show anything in 2021. They were hard at work.
2 years later, they come out and say, we're delaying it to 2023. All right. Okay, I was like, okay, you know what? A delay. All right, fine. Delays happen. COVID happened. You know, it happened. All right. This time around. All right. Even if you're delaying the game, show us what the game is.
Genuinely, yeah, because we know guns are involved, and there is a guy in a spacesuit with a little girl who might also be a robot. But, like, we have had 2 separate trailers of you saying, game's not coming. There is one very confusing trailer of what the game kind of is, because it's a teaser trailer. It's a very early in development teaser trailer.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just so curious, is this worth being invested in? Because are you just like... I don't know. This was just weird.
Just, how do you, like... Okay, so the game got delayed indefinitely, which means it's in development hell. Something happened.
Yeah, something
in
like
3 years.
Catastrophic happened.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a game that they're not making on RE Engine, and so they can't figure out how to actually make it. I don't know. At this point in time, you should have just not said anything. Should have just kept it quiet.
I'm just gonna say what I always say. This game was announced too early.
Too early.
You guys gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, even if you think that you can meet the delivery date that is like 2 years later, you gotta stop doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, what? Why even show us this? You didn't need to tell us. You didn't need to tell us that you were delaying it indefinitely. Just don't show anything and work on the game, or come out and say you're canceling it. Either one. That either one's an option. Anyway, moving on from Pragmata, they showed the same trailer for Path of the Goddess.
Yeah.
And then talked about it for 2 seconds. Didn't explain anything about what the game was.
It's neat.
I was like, okay, all right. Then they showed some spotlight stuff. They went on a tirade about Street Fighter 6 tournaments. That's gonna happen.
Dude, I play fighting games and I checked out so fucking quickly.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I don't care about Street Fighter 6 tournaments half the time. I think the next they showed off some Mega Man collection or whatever, something about the Mega Man collection. Cool.
Yeah, there's a collection and there's a gacha. I'm not sure about this one.
Oh
There
yeah, the
was what
offline
seemed
version
to
of the
be-
gacha game. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or the offline version of the mobile game. I don't want to say it was a gacha game, but it was a mobile game.
It was mobile. This is fair.
It definitely mobile game core aesthetic. That's cool. The fucking Ace Attorney Apollo Justice collection coming out. The 3 Apollo Justice games.
Yeah, they're getting all not remade. Don't say that.
Remastered.
They're getting remastered. So
New
and
voice
I
lines.
like. It's a hugely popular franchise, so good for you guys. Can't wait to see people talk about it.
That one weird detective game, where you're dead and you're trying to figure out why you're dead and why you can help other people from dying. I
Ghost Trick.
Called. Yeah, Ghost Trick.
I'll be honest with you.
That's a remake.
I kind of checked out.
It's a remake. So.
Oh, is it? This game existed before.
Yeah.
Okay.
The game existed before. Yeah.
It must have been good enough to get a remake, so someone's happy.
It was nice.
I just don't give a shit.
Yeah. Then they had the greatest showing of a video game ever. Exoprimal looks amazing.
Dude, I have done such a 180 on this fucking title. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
They were like hey guys, so this is what's coming in Exoprimal. We got a bunch of a bunch of co-op stuff, a bunch of story stuff. That this game has a story apparently. I didn't think it was gonna have a story mode, but it has a fucking story mode. I think they showed off the battle pass. I think that's what it was shown off, was the battle pass. It kind of looked like a battle pass.
Yes. That's absolutely what it was.
They showed off if you pre-order it or whatever, you get like an advanced starter kit or whatever, like a jump ahead kit.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
You can get the like 3 of the suits earlier than you would if you just played the game outright. Which is, I guess, I'm not gonna say scummy. Questionable is the other question, because one of those suits is Muramasa, and that suit is really strong.
Look, we'll talk about this in a future show, but I don't like battle passes either.
Yeah. But it's not the battle pass. It's just if you pre-order the game. I think if you get it, you get like a head start to like a bunch of stuff. Which is okay, because they announced they said the one thing that every fucking gamer likes to hear. Hey, we heard your feedback, and the shit that we had in the beta, we completely changed it. It's not the how you win is not the PvP aspect at the end of the game. It's how fast you complete the objectives.
Now, that said, that mode might still exist in the game.
Oh yeah.
But they did make it clear there are a bunch of modes where that is no longer the case, or maybe never were the case, but we didn't know at the time. So this just goes to say, hey, no, do not just trust devs when they give you a form to provide feedback. Bitch and
Fill it
moan.
out.
That's
Yeah.
why it exists.
Yeah. I mean, no, I think he specifically said at the end of the Exoprimal bit was that we heard your feedback and we changed it from from that game mode that we specifically played to from if you I think what it is that if you complete the objectives before that mode faster than the other team, even if the other team beats you in the PvP aspect of the thing, you'll still win.
I have no idea. Regardless, I am happy this is the change that they have gone to, because it was without a doubt the number one argument starter on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Twitter is just the vocalist part of the community, but if it continued, that's all you were going to hear. I was 50-50 on it because I played Overwatch, so I just expected this nonsense. Yeah. But I think with it gone, it will be a much wider received way to play the game. And honestly, I don't want a PvP in this game anyway.
No,
I'll do it. I'll do it if I have to, and only if I have to.
Yeah.
I am playing this game to shoot an aggressive amount of dinosaurs.
Yeah. They showed off. They talked about a slew of different fucking game modes that they have in this game now. There was one aspect of the game where the Leviathan was like summoning swarm of Neo T-Rex T-Rexes, and I'm like, wait, what?
A swarm of
T-Rexes?
Okay, let's go. Fighting people might be easier, but this is what I signed up for.
There were like weird there was like weird like mechanical aspects of fighting one of these Neo T-Rexes where you had to jump from platform to platform and not get hit by the giant T-Rex laser that was happening. This game looks ridiculous. As people that have played the open beta that happened back in April or March or whatever, and that enjoyed the hell out of it, the additions that they talked about in this game seem to be sick as fuck. Guess what? There's another open beta that happens in this game, or happens for this game. It's I think it's like June 16th to 18th or whatever.
Yep.
I'm playing it. I'm playing it.
Not even in question. Not even remotely in question.
You also get something for playing it, so I'm fucking playing it. And they said these new game modes are going to be in it, or some of these new game modes are going to be in it. So fuck yes.
Yeah, because they'll want feedback. Because I mean, any changes made now are going to be kind of irrelevant. But they'll know for future patches what can or can't be changed, or what should or shouldn't be changed. I now trust these devs to make the changes that need to be done. I have gone from this game looks goofy and I am not interested to, oh god, man, maybe this world can have Exoprimal and Dino Crisis, because you can still make Dino Crisis, by the way.
Maybe I don't need to download Fortnite.
I definitely don't need to download Fortnite.
I need to quit watching Connor and Mouse play Fortnite because I'm like, oh, this kind of looks like fun. This kind of looks like fun. Speaking of Exoprimal, because I skipped over it from the oh god,
are we talking about this bit? Okay.
So there's going to be a collab with Exoprimal and Street Fighter, and you at least get to have a Robo Ryu suit and a Robo Guile suit for Exoprimal.
So confused as to what this means. So are these suits based on other suits, or are these actually Ryu and Guile suits? Is my super just a Metsu Hadoken? Is my super just fuck, what's it called? Whatever Guile's super is.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm gonna get them.
That's like, it's not a weird crossover. You cross over with yourself because it saves all the money in the world and you have all of the exciting things. Sure, but I am still so confused.
Dude, imagine Imagine if they do a reverse collab and you get the robo suits in fucking in Street Fighter.
Oh god, that's a real possibility. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember this, but Blanca had a Nergigante suit. They do
Uh-oh.
ridiculous suits for
Okay.
their fighters. This is a thing that could actually happen. Hey, all I'm saying is, look, I really enjoy Nimbus, so if I could get a Nimbus costume, I would rock that for just repping.
Uh. Uh. And that's it, because no, actually, no, that's not it. We have one more game, and we're not really going to talk about it. They didn't really show too much on Dragon's Dogma 2. They had Itsuno talk about it and showed like maybe 20 seconds of like gameplay, or talked about 20 seconds of gameplay.
I'm gonna keep it 100% with you, Chief. That's 20 seconds longer than I was expecting.
Um,
I thought our whole thing was, hey, we showed you that the game is in development. Okay, bye.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not a big Dragon's Dogma person. I think the anime
me
was
either.
absolute garbage. I thought
It
the first
was.
game was probably fine, but it wasn't for me. I didn't dig it. I thought it felt kind of jank. I'll be
It
honest with you.
aged poorly.
I didn't give it the chance that it probably needed in order to hook me. So I'm hoping maybe the second game is that, because like I trust Itsuno to make good games. I fucking love his games. So I want to like his game, like the game that he wanted to make. We'll see if they fix that this time around.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said, if it plays different, like more differently than Dragon's Dogma 1, 'cause I have Dragon's Dogma 1. I have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I have tried playing it, and I just didn't understand the combat, and it was weird, and there didn't feel like it had any structure to it. Like, they didn't know, honestly didn't know where to go at the time. So I don't know. Hopefully this feels better to play. But that doesn't matter, all right? Because within the next week we're going to be playing Final Fantasy 16, and that's the only game I'm going to be thinking about until July 7th.
Just actually true.
Uh, actually, that's a lie. Because June 16th to 18th, I'm definitely gonna be thinking about Exoprimal.
I'll be playing it. I'm still going to be thinking about 16.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's like this week. This week is definitely us being in the fucking rating room for 16.
Hardcore.
And then being in the room to play 16. I think. No, we'll record it. We will be doing a podcast before 16 comes out.
Yeah, probably at this point. Yeah, we'll have a
Yeah.
lot to talk about actually.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna play Honkai Star Rail. All day, every day. Well, not all day, but every day. And Impact Third every day. Because I'm just going through that story, and I need to log in every day in Star Rail to get all my shit done and be prepared for Kafka sometime in July.
Yeah, still got to do upkeep. This is fair.
Yeah. There was a bit of 16 that I didn't actually get into or not get into, but like didn't actually like touch when I played the demo, because I did not realize they gave you in the combat section, they give you ability points, and you can go into the ability tree and pick out like shit for your character. So I literally went through with whatever the base shit that they gave you. And so I'm gonna go probably fuck with that tonight, maybe, sometime, maybe, who knows. I got no idea. I don't plan my weeks out on when I'm playing. I literally get home from work and I'm like, am I going to do this, or am I going to do this? Am I going to watch anime? I'm behind on anime at the moment, so I probably should be doing that. But that's me for this week. What about you, Dollet?
I mean, I have upkeep in a couple of the games to play. I mean, Honkai and PGR. Other than that, I will be replaying 16 at least two more
Mm-hmm.
times to hurt
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually make it through the Lives of Pete demo. I enjoy it. It's a bit jank, but I enjoy Bloodborne. I'm going to enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure something will crop up to hold my attention, but we'll find out what that is next week.
Yep. Next week's going to be a very specific podcast. We're having a close friend of mine on to talk about a specific game genre. Because he's probably the only one I know that actually plays like literally every single ARPG that comes out. So yeah, by the way, it's ARPGs, specifically isometric ARPGs. Not just action role-playing games.
But we will get into some other ones too.
Yeah. But yeah, if you got this far and like this type of content where we just sit around talking about video games, please give us a like and subscribe and favorite and do all that stuff and share, I guess. Yeah, share us, please. If not, then, well, I guess fuck us again. But we will see you guys next week.
Be good. Game well.
Game.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely true.